not merely seeing reality, it is touching the truth.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Chronic Gamer. My name is Matt, and this is my final thoughts and redirect for episodes 114, 115, and 116 of InuYasha. So go ahead, click the link in the description, check that out, come back here, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to see next week's and the week after's video on Patreon, the link for that is also in the description. And like I said, we're about 2 weeks ahead over there, so yeah, and that's with all the series that I post here on YouTube, with the exception of My Hero Academia. Okay, so I really liked the last episode in this arc, episode 116. 115 was good as well. I was a little bored watching 114. You know, I was a little annoyed with Miroku in 114. He was very focused on just trying to touch Sango's ass. And, you know, of all times when it's, like, critical that they move on and find out where Naraku is, and it literally makes him sick to think lecherous thoughts and act and behave that way, and all he could think about is touching her ass. And it's like, dude, come on. Like, it was already inappropriate when you're doing that before, and now is, like, the worst time. It just didn't make any sense to me. He's a little extra when it comes to that, and it's starting to get on my nerves. Like, if he had just been genuine and nice and treated her respectfully, he probably would have already been able to touch her ass consensually by now. And just he's crazy. But Rin and Jaken got separated from Sesshomaru in a fight against Jikotsu, and Suikotsu was trying to fight them, but he kind of turned back into the doctor portion of him, and unfortunately his evil side of him was still present, and he kind of like blended in between both the good and evil side. And Kikyo surmised that it was because of the tainted jewel shards that he now had. You know, when he was close to Mount Hakare, before he started committing the acts of evil again after being resurrected, the jewel shards were very pure, and after, they must have gotten tainted to the point where even getting back close to the mountain was not enough to keep him in that good person state. But, yeah, so unfortunately, he, you know, killed a bunch of people again and took Rin up into the mountain. And Sesshomaru, being the badass he is, was able to walk through the barrier like it was nothing and basically get up there and try to fight them. He was definitely weakened, unfortunately, because they were able to go toe-to-toe with Sesshomaru for a little bit there. But he was holding his own, even in a weakened state. So, you know, like, if he had fought them out in the open, he probably would have annihilated them, because Sesshomaru was a badass. But, yeah, the Band of 7 members seem to, they kind of fight a little unfairly. Like, we saw it especially in episode 114, when they were trying to fight Koga from beyond the barrier. You know, you're supposed to be this badass group of mercenaries, you know, fight like men, you know, whatever. Especially since it was the, like, second in command and the machine dude. I'm glad the machine dude is dead. I forget his name right now, but he was my least favorite, and I'm really glad that that he's dead. But unfortunately, Suikotsu died in these episodes, and he was my favorite of the Band of 7, at least at this point. And, yeah, it was unfortunate. Kikyo shot him in the neck, which purified his jewel shard and made him turn back into the good portion of him. And he basically told them, hey, you know, I'm not meant to be here anymore. I've done all these horrible things, and it's been tormenting me my entire life, and I just want it to be over. And I get it, you know. I had wished that he was able to stay and continue to be the good physician, but if it can't be, then I'm glad that he was at least able to become the good physician in the end, and end on a good note. His backstory was really cool. Like, I guess he was the physician first, and the samurai were, I guess, raiding his village or whatever. Maybe they were trying to chase the band of 7 for some reason through his village. But he stayed behind to try to help this girl who had gotten hurt in the ensuing conflict. And when the samurai showed up, they killed the girl right in front of him, which probably was one of the triggers for him. And he had to defend himself, and he ended up killing the samurai guy. And right after that, it was like immediate. Like the evil in him came out, and it took over his whole self. And that's when he joined forces with the band of 7 and became a mercenary. I really liked his story. I thought it was probably the most interesting of a lot of the characters we've seen on this series so far. And it's unfortunate that we only got to have him for a short amount of time, but he was a very cool character, and he died in a pretty cool way as well. I know that Suikotsu ended up stealing the shard. I would have liked it if Kikyo was the one who got the shard, but of course Naraku's going to want his shards back, so Suikotsu took it, and no doubt she's going to bring it back to Naraku, or maybe she's going to use it, or I keep saying he is going to use it himself, and I don't know, but either way, Suikotsu is gone, and kind of sucks, but yeah, these were good episodes. I liked especially episode 116. I liked that episode a lot. I liked seeing Suikotsu's backstory. And I can't wait to see where it really goes from here, What's the end game? What will happen? Will Naraku come back out? Will we actually get a decent fight with Naraku at the end? What are the band of 7 members led to believe about Naraku? What will happen with Bankotsu, the leader? I'm sure that'll be quite interesting to see. And what will InuYasha do in all of this? Looking forward to it. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and if you haven't already, like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Chronic Gamer. Peace.